The first tip would be to start your asset protection planning long before you get into trouble. There are more things you can do prior to a claim than you can do after a claim. Another tip would be, if your spouse has no involvement in the company, then they should not be a director of that company. Make sure your asset transfers and disposals are done at full market value. That way you won't have the situation where those asset transfers and disposals are looked at and to see if they're deemed to be transferred at preference to a creditor. Make sure your asset transfers and disposals are done so at full market value. If they're not at full market value, they may be deemed to be defeating creditors. Insurance is not a substitute for asset protection, and likewise asset protection is not a substitute for insurance. Insurance is not a substitute for asset protection, and asset protection is not a substitute for insurance. For example, asset protection does not pay legal fees to defend a lawsuit, but insurance may help pay with those legal fees. You need to read and understand all contracts, such as loans, leases and supply contracts. Another tip is to seek professional advice. Good asset protection considers business risks, insurances, succession planning, family law, estate planning. And the last tip is, there is no perfect asset protection structure. So you need to consider your own personal situation and implement a structure that is right for you.